Hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Right, so today's video it's actually quite topical for us, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to go straight in and watch it. We'll talk about it at the end, as we like to do. So let's just get straight into the video.
Napalm record. I should know this then. Oh, that was his anyway.
There we go. So that was Warkings and the song Hellfire off their new album, which obviously we are doing a album review for. So I thought it was quite poignant that we actually check out their latest music video that just came out. So, Kirk, thoughts?
Yeah, very familiar with this band. I've reviewed their last 2 albums for Scream Blast Repeat. I love the one from 2020. I think it even made our top 40 albums of the year. I know what I'm going to get with a Warkings song. I was actually a bit surprised though with the extended intro. I like the imagery in the video. It actually reminded me of that Federico Fellini film Satyricon. Like the last days of debauchery in Rome. The song, it's probably better actually when she's doing her death metal vocals. I'm not too sure if the interplay works as well as I hoped it would do. So I know I knew what to expect. Yeah, it's thrash metal with that power metal angle, isn't it? You get the real crisp double kick drums in there. It's all about the chorus, isn't it? And can you raise a fist to the heavens when you're listening to it? And clearly you can do that on every fucking song Warkings have ever written. I don't really know if I'll be blown away by this album or not, because I just know this band inside out, I feel, and maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know how much more they can do to surprise me. It does the job. I would love this if I was watching it live. Would I be putting this album on every week? Would it make our Scream Blast Repeat top 50 this year? I doubt it, because they're not doing anything different. It's just enjoyable. It's fun, and come on, they have a drummer who wears the costume of a Roman centurion. What can be fucking better than that?
Okay. Andy, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to start off with saying, yet again, me and Kirk completely disagree. I thought the two vocal stars worked really well together. Not a band I've ever heard of. I'm not particularly familiar with power metal. I have heard a bit, and I guess this is kind of typical of that genre.
Yeah.
You mentioned we're reviewing the album as a full. I have listened to it a few times, and I really like it. The female vocalist is called Magorna Lafay,
isn't it? Yeah.
which is a name I know as well, because she's either performed as a solo artist or as a band of that name. Whether it's the same, I don't know. I'm not familiar with them, but I do know the name. And I think throughout the album, the songs where she features prominently are the better ones. I really do like her vocals. Really, really powerful. Really like the vocals. But then, as I said, they do work well with the sort of the male vocals. Again, as I mentioned before, I don't think they're as strong as some vocalists of his ilk, his peers in that genre. You hear the sort of European twang in his accent on some of the syllables and some of the notes he calls out. Again, I'll use one of my favourite phrases: complimentary solo. It worked well. The song needed it. It didn't go on too long, and it worked really well. The video, they've found some budget, haven't they? I mean, there's fire, there's costumes. A bit of a mix. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to portray. As Kirk said, there's a Roman centurion on drums, but there's an English crusader on guitar. I couldn't really pick out any of the other themes, because the video is a little bit dark, despite the fire. But I'm really enjoying the album. Looking forward to give it a full review. And as I say, that's the opening track, and it's a strong one. And yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, so my turn. So I did like the track. I think very typical of power metal. Not a big fan of her vocals, but I liked his. No, there are points when she's harmonizing with him over the chorus. I think it's fine. I think it works really well. When she first came in, I was just like, when she's doing her death vocals, I've heard a lot better. So, for instance, Becky from Jackal's Backbone, she's got a better growly, deaf, low-end voice than what she just felt a little bit raspy to me. Maybe that's what she was going for, but yeah, it didn't add a huge amount. And I was sitting there thinking, I have listened to this album once all the way through, and I listened to this going, was this even on the album? I don't know. It was, obviously, but it means that it hasn't stood out on the album for me. I liked the video. I straight away, as soon as I started seeing the video, I was like, Andy's going to love the video on this one because he likes it. There's lots of stuff going on. And fire going on and likes your visuals. So I thought, yeah, and I enjoyed that as well. I said this when they did this Spartan or Sparta video a couple of years ago. I didn't get the costume idea. I think it detracts from the metal of being the band. I think it becomes quite gimmicky. Like with band, was it Glory Hammer? They're quite costume based, and that's fine. They actually play into that fact. But I think with this one, they're trying to play into the facts and trying to be serious about it, but it comes off almost comical with the costumes. For me, I don't understand it really. I'd much rather they just came out there in just standard stage clothes or unified look, maybe something together. Having this such like an English crusade soldier, a Roman centurion, it just doesn't tie up for me in the visuals.
That is permanent, by the way, the image. So each one will represent a famous or heroic warrior from Europe. I don't know if it is just European history. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather they just had something that represent Warkings as a general and had a generalized look rather than trying to be like that. Because it, although you understand why they've done it, I think it detracts slightly, and it kind of puts that seed of doubt in your head when you're watching it, whether it's a joke band or not. Even though we know it's not, I feel that just pulls you slightly in the wrong direction. You can put that to one side after a while, I'm sure, but it does. I think they would have better success, in my opinion, if they had a unified look to represent Warkings, and you could take like a single army representing it, maybe would work better. But I did like the track, especially when they kicked in. I do think his voice, I keep thinking that I've heard him on something else. The only band that the singer's in is Serenity, as far as I can find out, and I've never heard them, so I don't know. He just sounds very much like someone else I've heard before, but
they're Austrian, aren't they? Warkings.
Austrian,
yeah. So definitely a Halloween Blind Guardian influence there. As you'd expect.
Definitely, it might be Blind Guardian, because I was listening to Blind Guardian the other day, so that might be the reason why I found it was fairly similar. But good example of power metal. It's not something that is going to blow me out the water and make me convert to being a Warking. But maybe the rest of the album is. I've got to have a bit more time to listen to that before we do our full review. So we'll definitely do that shortly. Anyway, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share, and we will see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.